Yes. Trying to log in a little bit earlier so I can actually be on time. Wouldn't that be a nice change? Yes, yes. Come on in. Welcome, welcome. Yes. Thank you for being here. If you're here live, please let me know in the chat. And if you're watching the repeat, you can let me know that too. So, our topic today is midlife crisis versus midlife awakening. Perspective is key. I'm going to start with a quote. I must understand to love myself and to respect myself as though my very life depends upon self-love and self-respect. Maya Angelou. I figured I'd start today's podcast with a quote from someone whose brilliance touches and inspires me and so many. What a motivator. And don't we need some positive energy out here lately? Yes. What I find amazing is that Maya Angelou can do all of that and doesn't even know me. So, what is it that you can be doing to inspire folks who don't even know you? Just a thought. Just a thought. All right. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Karen Smith Frazier podcast. With that, I wish you a good morning, good afternoon, good Monday from the Karen Smith Frazier podcast, brought to you by Unleash Your Brilliance, LLC. I am Karen Smith Frazier. As a certified dream builder coach, I guide women in midlife awakening to identify their dreams, align their actions, and make confident choices so they can create a life that truly reflects their authentic selves. I will tell you, lately I have been trying to avoid the news cycles and find it difficult, especially since most of my friends are social justice minded, community activists or advocates. And so even if I don't click on a news reel, there it is. Crisis after crisis. It made me wonder about the internal crisis that many of us have gone through or are in or about to enter. Now, midlife crisis is one of those topics that is often hush-hush, maybe even a bit taboo. It is often mentioned when someone's behavior seems a little off the chains, such as the purchase of that little red Corvette, even though you know you can't fit into one, or something out of what seemed to be the quote unquote normal behavior of an individual. So today I'll define midlife crisis as a period of intense self-reflection where people reassess who they are and who they've become up until now. They may reassess their life choices, and even if they have done well in a job and relationships and are deemed a success in society's view, they may find themselves feeling restless and feeling unfulfilled. Ultimately, it is a moment when people take time to reflect on legacy. With an awareness that they are not going to live forever, the question arises, what do I want to do? Or more importantly, who do I want to be before my time is up on this earth? Again, I'm going to check and see. Welcome. Welcome. All right. Brene Brown refers to this period as midlife unraveling, while others refer to it as midlife awakening. It's sometimes described as the time when the universe, God, or whomever or whatever you may refer to as your higher power, gently pulls you aside to tell you to stop messing around, It's time to take off all the different hats and masks you've been wearing that somehow became your outward facing identity. Whether that be the perfect mom, the perfect student, the perfect employee, whatever it is, stop pretending. Stop pretending that all of your roles fully define who you really are. You are a human being, not a human doing. And you know I'm going to keep reminding you of that over and over again. All right, just checking to see if this is actually. Welcome, welcome. Yes. So remove those masks. Yes, these masks kept you safe, maybe helped you find a partner, helped you find and keep a job. We all wear masks at some point of our lives. I dare say, many days I may slip one on just to survive and avoid drama. But in the long term, what is it costing? And who is it costing? So, when this midlife awakening kicks in, one feels an increased awareness of discomfort. Like externally, things look good, but for me, I felt discomfort and uneasy. For me, it felt that way for a few years before I made a change in my work situation. I was a bit slow. I didn't take the hint of those gentle nudges, and it took a car accident for the Lord to get my attention and for me to make a change. Now, maybe it's been uncomfortable for you for a while, but your life, in a way, um, you're living your life in a way that everybody pretty much expects. Cultural and family norms and expectations shape many of our lifelong decisions, but we were created for more. We're created to create. Though it feels good to get the head nods and approval, we can't really live our lives fully if we are waiting for the okay from others. As hard as we try, it is impossible to please them all. And again, at what cost? Time's not waiting for anyone. And though this phenomenon I'm talking about is often called midlife, it can happen before the typical 40 to 60 age range. And who knows what my middle is anyway? What guarantee is there that I have time to wait for the perfect time to change and to begin walking fully and authentically as the one person I was created to be, the one evolving and changing person I was created to be? Well, let's go over some signs that may indicate that you are going through this midlife crisis, or rather, midlife awakening. You may feel unfulfilled even though you have everything. For some, they may experience what Katie Morton calls quiet quitting, which is when you continue to go through the motions, whether that be at work or in relationships, but you do it with little passion or motivation. You're not really finding joy or happiness in life, and you don't feel like you're getting a fair deal. Like, people don't appreciate what you've been doing for years and your efforts, and it's becoming a little bit more irritating. The things that used to give you joy no longer give you joy. You keep looking to other people or other things to make you happier. You are assessing life and reevaluating your decisions. And you may feel restless, a bit anxious, and depressed about your current situation. Some other qualities may be that you feel trapped, you don't really know what you want, life doesn't make sense anymore, things that used to satisfy just don't. You may have some unusual mood swings or depression, a growing sense that there is more to life. You may have a shift in your sleep patterns, and you may start questioning big decisions you made. You may question priorities, values, and what you want in life. You may have trouble making even the smallest decisions. Everyone and everything frustrates you, including yourself. And maybe you have an increase in compulsive behaviors like eating, shopping, just to relieve your stress and anxiety. And you may have a sudden urge to lose weight or look and feel better. So keep in mind that some of these symptoms, the nurse in me is speaking up right now, can be exacerbated or made worse when accompanied by the physiological changes of menopause or some other health challenges, or even challenges in your home, like the kids are grown. So you don't have to spend your time and energy taking care of them anymore. Or maybe they're out of the house now. Maybe they're old enough that they've already left. So you start to feel this, is this it feeling? Especially since so much of your time was spent maybe child rearing or doing those things to support other people. The good news is you don't have to stay trapped in the same old routines. Even simple changes in your routine, such as taking the scenic route home from work or trying new food or a restaurant, can be the small shift needed to create positive change. But first, we have to acknowledge and validate. Recognize it's okay. Accept that feeling lost, questioning your purpose, or feeling discontent is normal and valid. Not a sign you're broken or that there is something wrong with you. Feel your feelings. Don't ignore frustration. You may want to use journaling or talking to understand what's driving these emotions. And essentially, notice what you're noticing. All right. Thanks for joining in, folks. I appreciate you. 2, reframe and reflect. Essentially, pause before acting. I want you to think about shifting perspective. View this as a midlife awakening or opportunity for growth, not just a crisis. You may want to ask the big questions. Who am I? What do I value? What gives life meaning now? Not what gave you meaning 20 or 30 years ago. Avoid impulsivity. Don't make sudden drastic changes like quitting jobs or ending relationships without understanding the root cause of what's going on, of this awakening. Number 3, seek support and connection. Talk to someone. A therapist, a life coach, or trusted friend can provide clarity and help process deep emotions. Find your real ones. Find your people. Connect with people who uplift you and align with your authentic self, letting go of toxic ties. You don't want to just tell anybody about what you're going through. You don't need the judgment right now. Number 4, take action. Invest in yourself. Pursue new classes, hobbies, creative projects. Invest in coaching. And what about giving back? Volunteering can provide perspective, purpose, and a sense of making an impact, moving you out of self-focus. When we gift someone with something, we create a trail of positive energy that is bound to come back to you. So your generosity will not be one way. You may receive something different in return, but the chain of positive energy and gratitude has been started. And that's a good thing. Listen to your intuition. Make choices based on your true desires, not just others' approval. And finally, practice self-compassion and patience. Be kind. Give yourself some grace. This is messy. It can be messy. It can be an up and down, twirly, zigzaggy journey, not a straight line. Trust the process. Transformation takes time. So allow space for growth and reflection. So midlife crisis versus midlife awakening. I think I'll go for the awakening side, even though it all both involve my emotions and really encouraging me to make a decision of what I'm going to do with my life. If you've got value from this podcast, please put a V in the chat. And if you are going through your own awakening right now and would like someone to travel on this journey with you, DM me Journey, and we can set a 15-minute discovery call to see if I can serve your needs. Also, I'd like you to mark your calendars. Upcoming Unleash Your Brilliance Masterclass is scheduled for January. Currently, it's January 25th, which is a Sunday at 11 a.m. Registration link to come shortly. It's the last Sunday in January, and wouldn't it be great to get something in for you in the first month of the year without feeling too guilty? Looking forward to seeing you there. I love seeing folks, especially people who have spent a lifetime taking care of others, decide for their dreams and goals. Yes. I will end the same way I began, with a Maya Angelou quote. If you are always trying to be normal, you will never know how amazing you can be. So yes, unleash your brilliance, uncover your light. The world is waiting for the most authentic you to show up more fully in 2026. Let's do this. Have a great day, everybody.